One of the first questions I want to ask you before we open it up to the audience is the title of the exhibition, which is, of course, Fallen Gods. How did you come up with the title? What does it mean? Talk a little bit about that for us, please.
Before answering the question, I would like to thank Tim and Daniel for putting together the show and for the audience for coming after a long day. The title, The Fallen God, I chose this title because of the disappearance of the traditional gods of the Taino in favor of the religion of the conquerors. The Tainos, they were deeply religious, and they worship many gods and spirits. And the conquerors, they came with a mission to Christianize those people, no matter what. And this is why I chose this title.
Okay. And in terms of, I know this a lot of symbolisms involved with a lot of your work. Could you speak a little bit about some of the symbols and what they mean in terms of even the fallen gods or something along that line?
I have to stand up to show you. For example, this one is the meaning of the cave they believe they originated, because they believe they originated from a cave which is called Casibajagua, which was in the mountain called Cauta, in the island of Hispaniola. At that time, Hispaniola was Dominican Republic and Haiti. And this one is the symbol of the cave. This one, of course, is the symbol of the Christianity. Another one that I put, which is this one. So symbols like this, I put Latin words from the Exodus 20. You shall not steal, you shall not murder. Those are the Latin words from the Bible, but the Spanish, when they came to the Caribbean, they just murdered all the people under the guise of bringing civilization and religion. This one means the vitality, it's the shape, it's vitality. This one also is the energy from nature, because everything was related to nature for the Taino. They lived in symbiosis with the environment.
And the forms of the lettering, I know this is...
The lettering is kind of my signature. I put the references of the date because when they started the conquest of the Caribbean and later in Latin America, but it's the energy, for me it represents the energy from the design, what I wanted to do. It's more the energy coming from this and all the emotion after reading all the stories.
And I know, since you pointed out the 1492,
1492, yep. 1492, October 1492. The October 1492 is the starting point of the conquest, because Columbus he had a fixation, obsession. He wanted to show that you could from Europe go directly to Asia, but he never found Asia. So it was really an obsession for him to say that you can sail directly from Europe, cross the ocean, and you can go to Asia. And what he found was the Caribbean. And 1492 is the collision between two worlds. The old world represented by the Europeans and the new world represented by the native. And the Caribbean is pattern for the European, for the Spanish, that they will use all over the Caribbean to and also in Latin America, it's a pattern because they conquer one island, they established, they made the settlement in this island, and they moved to another. And this pattern, they will use it all across Latin America.
The colors.
The colors.
Now, this show was a very interesting show. Danielle can, because when I looked at it, I said, this is going to be sizes. I looked at the sizes. I went, that's not too hard. Looked at the shades. That's not too hard. But then I looked at the colors, and it's just like, floored. Okay? Because it's a combination of like the blues, the greens, the orange, the reds, the golds. Okay, and that's it. So I had to try to do my best to actually balance all these colors throughout the whole gallery. So it was quite a challenge. More than like just having different sizes or different artists and so forth. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Each color represents one god they worship. For example, this one is called Yukaru Bagwa Mawokoti, which was the god of the yucca and the sea. But he lives in the sky. He is invisible, and he protects the man. And for me, it was a representation of the sky, this color. Another one, which is a little bit of purple,
right.
The last one. Purple because he's the god of the rain. And in Brasilia, where I live, when you have those storms, the sky is purple. I mean, it's really that color. So I chose this color for the god of rain. This one, for example, Itabaka Ubaba. She, the representation of Mother Earth. So the color of the earth for me are the earth tone. And each of them is like this.
So the gold is the earth tone. And then the green?
The green, the rivers, most of all the water. It's a representation of water. For example, Atabe, which is the goddess of the water and fertility, I put it in green. And you have the Minen Karakol, which is the god, the symbol of the fire. So it's a lot of orange, yellow, and red.
Okay. So yellow and red, all those are fire
Fire,
signs.
yeah.
Okay.